Welcome back. Perfect conditions at Wembley, if you don't mind a boiling hot afternoon on which to play football. An FA trophy up for grabs for either York City or Macclesfield Town. Fantastic turnout from both sets of supporters 3 weeks after the end of the regular season. And given that York were relegated, tremendous loyalty from their faithful. Don't forget, BT TV viewers can see this game in ultra high definition. BT Sport 4K, channel 433. For that one. We'll hear, of course, from Danny Kelly, Lincoln manager, Chris Hargreaves and Kevin Davies again at half-time. At high-time, we heard from our commentary team as the players and officials get ready their entrances. Adam Virgo sparing us more of that yellow tie alongside Adam Somerton.
I have got a look at it, though. Thank you, Matt. Afternoon, everyone. So from 276 teams, we are down to 2. The FA Trophy final upon us. Macclesfield seek their first silverware in 20 years. York hope for a repeat of their 2012 success in this competition, in this iconic venue. Wembley, the home of football, the dream of so many to play here. Those who get the chance are desperate not to waste it, mindful they might never get back. An opportunity to seize and, of course, make the most of. Adam Virgo, I'm sure you can relate to just how these players are feeling right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic achievement and an occasion to play at Wembley. As I said in the Vars final earlier, some great players never get this opportunity. We had Julio Arca, first time ever, and he put it up there with his highest achievements of playing in the Premier League with Middlesbrough and Sunderland. It's fantastic for all the players and friends and families.
Formalities. Today's presentation party includes Philip Smith, the FA Trophy Committee Chairman, Greg Clark, the FA Chairman, who we heard speaking to Natalie earlier, Gavin Slark, who's the Chief Executive of Buildbase, the FA Trophy's official naming partner. Macclesfield captain Andy Halls, who's an England C international in his 4th season with the Silkmen. Macclesfield's route to Wembley a little longer, a little more complicated than York's. The Silkmen played 8 games to reach the final compared to 6 for Gary Mills' side, who didn't require any replays, interestingly. Both have done brilliantly to get this far, but now it is about finishing the job. The final game of a long and gruelling season. For one of them, it will end with silverware and celebration. And for these players, Adam, it is about going to the well one last time, really, isn't it? Because it is an exhausting season, particularly in the National League.
It is. It's a long, hard season for both sides, and you have to consider York being relegated as well to the National League North, but that goes completely out the window. You heard Gary Mills earlier. That's hadn't been spoken about since it's happened against Forest Green on that final day of the season. Days like this don't come around too often, Adam, and you have to cherish it, because you never know when the next opportunity will happen. And York will play their normal game that Gary has come accustomed to. They certainly will be up a tough test against Macclesfield today.
Wonderful for these players to be at the National Stadium. It is jaw-dropping, almost awe-inspiring, really. So many great memories made at this stadium, iconic and historic. And John Askey and Gary Mills will be hoping their players can handle the occasion, thrive rather than shrink under pressure. We will now pause for the national anthem to be sung by the soprano Emily Haig.
Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding for the national anthem, led by Emily Haig.
A rousing rendition. A great turnout from both sets of supporters who've had long journeys to Wembley, to the National Stadium. They hope that it's all worth it. Starting with Macclesfield. Kingsley James was an FA Trophy winner with Halifax here a year ago. He's hoping to repeat the feat today. Scott Flinders actually began this season with York, moving to Moss Rose in January. Macclesfield born and bred top scorer Chris Holroyd is yet to register in the FA Trophy this season. Gary Mills has made 2 changes to the York side that began their final league game 3 weeks ago. Keeper Scott Loach and wing-back Sam Muggleton are both ineligible. Kyle Leatheran and Jan Klukowski both make their first appearances since March. Hamza Ben Sharif won the FA Trophy with Halifax here last year and is a former Macclesfield player, spending 2 years at Moss Rose up until 2011.
Well, Gary Mills goes back to a traditional 3-5-2 that he's certainly become accustomed to. About John Parkin in that final third is important. The likes of Morgan Smith and Oliver getting around him. No, Heslop's a little bit more central, but he's been asked to play in that wide role. Got to get crosses in the box when John Parkin's there. For Macclesfield, a very, very good football inside. Like to play out from the back. You look at Norburn and Whittaker, those 2 players will drop deep and try and get James, Hancock and Brown up to support Chris Holroyd. You can't leave him isolated on his own, but he can certainly be in for a long afternoon if that happens.
Referee today is Paul Tierney. He's taken charge of 31 matches this season across the Premier League, Championship, League One, League Two, FA Cup, EFL Trophy and the Championship playoffs. He's been busy. This game a great platform for referees over the years. In fact, this season's FA Cup final official Anthony Oliver refereed the 2012 FA Trophy final, in which York beat Newport 2-0. 36 years young, Danny Whittaker has featured more than any other Macclesfield player this season. On Man United's books as a youngster, he's gone on to make more than 600 career league appearances. Danny Parslow about to start his 3rd FA Trophy final in York colours. On the losing side against Stevenage in 2009, he was a winner at Wembley with the Minster men against Newport in 2012. There were 18 points between these clubs at the end of the National League season, finished 9th and 21st respectively. Next season they'll play in different leagues, but right now that's all forgotten and is almost irrelevant. Macclesfield and York meet as equals, eyes on the prize. It's just over 3 weeks since these sides were last in action. They've had to bide their time, keep ticking over, but now the waiting is over. We are underway in what is the 47th FA Trophy final, which is, I've got to say, Adam Virgo, pretty tough to call.
It certainly is, Adam. I think you have to really forget about York's league position and have to take into consideration the squad that Gary Mills assembled from really December onwards, really. That fantastic run he had in 2017 that just couldn't quite keep them within the division. So John Askey's done a fantastic job at Macclesfield, the budget that he's on and the style that he likes to play in. But you only have to remember what happened last year with Halifax against Grimsby.
Early touch here for Holroyd. Certainly is the danger man for the Silkmen. Hall's the captain. Parslow tidying things up for York. It's one for Dane Oliver to chase across. And Neil Byrne. He's keeping John McComb out of the Macclesfield side at the moment. Holmes. It's a really good crossing towards Parkin! It's his first significant effort! And John Parkin continues this rich vein of goal-scoring form. 5 goals now in 4 games, and he opens the scoring at Wembley against one of his former clubs.
But if you put a ball of quality in like that, 9 times out of 10, he could possibly be scoring. He's just come back, possibly into an offside position, back onside. But he does brilliantly to pin George Pilkington. I mean, it's a very, very close call to give. But it's a quality ball in from Danny Holmes. And all you've got to do is just add that bit of quality on and flick it into the bottom corner. I mean, Pilkington can't get anywhere near him. The minute you get pinned, it's almost an impossible task. And he continues his fine form.
John Parkin's goal after 8 minutes, the difference between Macclesfield Town and York City. Macclesfield trailing, but have acquitted themselves pretty well in the early stages of this game. Can they get themselves on terms here? Header clears by Oliver. It's come out to Brown! In! An element of fortune about it. Big question marks over the goalkeeper, but see if Macclesfield can. Reece Brown, with his 4th goal in this season's FA Trophy, has the Silkmen on terms.
But what he does brilliantly, he doesn't get drawn towards the ball when the cross comes in. He's looking for that second ball that York defend. All you've got to do is just hit the target. He's on the edge of the area waiting for those second balls. Hit the target, you give yourself that opportunity. You're looking at Carl Leathering, I think, to be doing better than that. But he reacts well, you hit the target, you give yourself half a chance. It started brilliantly, went a goal behind, probably against the run of play. But what a fantastic reaction from Macclesfield and John Askey's side. Penalty when the ball was played over the top. Morgan Smith hasn't really gotten the ball in good areas, so has Parkin.
Halls. And now Holroyd, who will hit it on the turn.
I think there's an initial reaction that he may have been offside when the ball was played through to him. Playing on the shoulders brilliantly. It's a great decision from the linesman. You can see he's bang in line. Just the ball couldn't quite drop down enough for him to really hit that on the side volley. Kwiatkowski just putting enough to put him off. But he's been brilliant. Danny Cowley was talking about him before the game, the movement in that final third. They're finding him some good areas.
Sent forward here by Scott Flinders. Parkin. The ball by Holmes and Newton. As Verdane Oliver in the middle, that's who he looked for, and he found him and he scored! York City back in front. It's Verdane Oliver with the goal. And that will make up for him personally, for the disappointment that he suffered when he missed a gilt-edged chance on that final day when York were relegated.
Well, Oliver will take all the credit, but it's Sean Newton, really. When the ball goes into Parkin, when he holds it up, what he needs to do is get a runner in beyond him, and he just runs off Kingsley James. He's looking around him, saying he needs someone to pick him up. It's a brilliant ball across. Now, you know he missed one against Forest Green with an open goal, but that time he certainly made up for it. But what a run there from Sean Newton. Linked into Parkin, perfectly weighted through ball. It's a real footballing goal there, Adam, a goal of real quality. So easy, but so simple. But if it wasn't for the run of Sean Newton, when it went into Parkin, the goal would never have happened.
But he was relegated from the Football League with York last season.
That relegation zone, but over the course of the season, they just drew too many games.
Here's Brown. It's a good ball inside. A shot in the end, some way off target from Ollie Norburn.
Oh, disappointing there from Ollie Norburn. So he has got a good strike on him. A little bit of time and space on the edge of the box. He'll be looking to test the keeper a bit more, and he knows that.
Whittaker, still full of energy and endeavour. He's got Brown beyond him. Whittaker goes alone and forces a good stop from Leathering.
I was about to say, in the last, say, 5-10 minutes, they've really stopped doing this. Macclesfield, Whittaker, Kingsley James get into good areas. Certainly a comfortable save for the goalkeeper. Really disappointed to be beaten from that distance to that angle. Moves his feet well. With the sun in your eyes, you always have to be a bit more careful. Into the game.
Well, it's going to come all the way through for Holroyd. And Kwiatkowski battling back. Holroyd has Whittaker in support. Whittaker! Good stop by Leathering. 2 chances for Macclesfield. Wide here is Brown. He's been found by Whittaker. Mitch Hancock's in the middle. Oh, brilliantly done by Brown. Can he find a finish? And still Brown is brilliant! But it's over. It was outstanding until the finish.
Well, he deserved a goal. Did the hard bit first, turning Parslow inside out with that little Cruyff turn. He goes again. What you need is a bit of composure there, Adam. Apparently got too excited about it. Barzo playing, Holroyd onside. Kukowski just completely lost it in the sun. I don't think there's any more than that. Giving credit to get back and make the challenge. And then a great save from Leathern to come out off his line, close that angle down. Two massive opportunities there, and at least one of them should have gone in the back of the net.
Only contested. Brown's ball inside to Norburn. Plenty of players on the edge of the area. Whittaker. Norburn tries one from distance. Amazing hit from Oliver Norburn, the hero of the semi-finals in the FA Trophy for Macclesfield. He's produced again on an even bigger stage at Wembley, at the National Stadium, and just before half-time.
Well, we saw some quality goals last Sunday in the promotion final, and again, this is right up there. I wonder if the sun again interferes with Leathern. Straight down his neck. Again, I'll be looking for him to at least get something on that. It's a great strike, don't take that away. But I think it's so close to the goalkeeper, Adam. He should be saving that. Whether or not he's making the excuse of the sun's in his eyes is another thing. But I think it's a goal that they deserve from their first half performance.
York City in this competition. Holroyd finds Whittaker, who will drive it in. And it's well taken on that occasion by Leathern.
That's a good area, isn't it? Danny Whittaker getting into. Great hold-up play there from Chris Holroyd. Yes, they get a little bit of luck with the challenge. Opens up to him. Leathern just conceded a goal for half-time from distance, so why not test him again early on?
Flick on by Parkin and off Oliver. Goodness me, that could have gone anywhere.
It's Flinders and Pilkington. Wasn't too sure who to leave it for. Talking about that sun in the first half as well. Oh, they get away with that one, don't they?
They could still yet profit from the resulting corner here. Macclesfield. Sent in there by Norburn. Parkin back defending. Whittaker on the edge of the area.
Well, he did brilliantly well to keep that second ball there. Well, Chris Holroyd, I think he thinks it's going in. That's why he leaves it. You just see him there, just by the post now. I think he leaves that because he thinks it's going into the bottom corner. Just needs a slightest touch on it, and that would have been a goal.
So close from Danny Whittaker. And now it's James for the Silkmen. It's well played by Chris Holroyd. Reece Brown goes beyond him. Whittaker is central. Here is Brown. And still Brown. And Hancock's! Good stop by Leathern.
What a great play again from Reece Brown. That composed pass there to Mitch Hancock's, but you've got to give credit to Carl Leathern. Great save from him. You just need that little bit of luck that it doesn't fall to an incoming Macclesfield player.
Straight into the area goes McCoo. Great control by Whittaker. Balls with the cross into a good area. And Kingsley James off the line. Ben Sharif making sure Macclesfield don't go in front.
Well, this is just unbelievable defending there from Ben Sharif. He wins the first header, but then that's a quality strike from Kingsley James. As a defender, that's as good as scoring a goal. Unbelievable defending there from him.
I don't think James is going to hit that much better. Headed clear by Mocha. It's bounced here for Whittaker. Just set up nicely to be hit. Whittaker again. And inside to Kingsley James, who was urged to shoot. He's found Brown instead. Good stop by Leathern. Fitzpatrick's ball in and Kingsley James with the first time shot.
It's a great opportunity again for Kingsley James, but what a save there from Carl Leathern. They run from midfield, so difficult to mark. Couldn't quite get the connection on it to test the goalkeeper. It's a great run though from Reece Brown. Played onside by Morgan Smith. Last one out.
Sent long by Ben Sharif up towards Parkin. It's fallen nicely for him. It's John Parkin! It's deflected and in! York City have done it again! They take the lead for a third time in the final at Wembley. The question is now, can Gary Mills' side hold on to the lead?
Well, again, he's been pretty quiet this game, John Parkin. Did Connolly get the last touch before it went over the line? But they won't seem to care. They won't seem to matter. Just that long ball towards Parkin. Just does brilliantly to wrestle McComb off it. It's a brilliant block there from George Pilkington. I think Connolly's just nicked that off him. He's a brave man to take a goal off John Parkin. You follow in. He's just got himself a goal at Wembley. Just need that bit of quality in the final third. It's so unlucky there for George Pilkington not to get that block there, but they won't care who scored that goal.
Dream about to be realised for York City. Whittaker. It's York City's day. FA Trophy winners for the second time in their history. Gary Mills has done it again. A winner here in 2012. He's repeated the feat in 2017.
Next year, but you've got to enjoy these moments, Adam, regardless of what's happened before. These opportunities don't happen too often, and congratulations to York today.
All this, once again, masterminded by Mills for York. Second spell at the club has delivered FA Trophy success, just as the first did back in 2012. As he picks up his medal, there's a quick word with the chairman, Jason McGill. Got lots of planning to do going forward as they look to plot their way back up to the National League at the first attempt. Of course, Newport County, the side that were beaten back in 2012. It's in 2017 Macclesfield Town, a team who finished the National League season 18 points above York. All at Booth and Crescent will hope this is a sign of things to come. The beginning of a recovery. Relegated in April, Wembley winners in May. Today everyone connected with York will remember and cherish for some time. They've delivered on the big stage at the National Stadium. There is the trophy that it's all about. And how fitting that the trophy will be lifted by Simon Heslop, York's captain, born in the city, and knows as well as anyone what this means. A second FA Trophy success for the Minster men. They are the pride of Yorkshire. York City are the 2017 FA Trophy winners. Wembley is red, white and blue today. A dream realised for these players and the city they represent. A season of turmoil, Adam Virgo, ends on a significant high.
Well, they have to take this as a major, major positive. To win any trophy at Wembley is a truly unique opportunity, and those Macclesfield players will be disappointed today with the way that they conceded those goals. But as I've said time and time again, Adam, Wembley's only a place for winners, and congratulations to York City.